Stories have always been a powerful medium to touch lives of people every day. Sometimes the stories are just so beautiful that it stays with one as a life lesson. And today, I share with you a story and how it reflects on value creation in a business. Keep listening for just that. A few days ago, I stumbled upon a story on my social media feed that detailed a very interesting conversation between a father and a son. And without further ado, the story goes something like this. An elderly man on his deathbed hands over a piece of old watch to his son and says, "This is your grandfather's watch and is a couple of 100 years old. But before I give it to you, please go to the watch shop and see how much they offer you." The child goes to the watch shop and then comes back and says, "Father, the watchmaker offered $6 because it's old." The father then asks the child to go to the coffee shop and see how much they would offer. The child goes and then comes back again and says, "They offered me $3. The father then finally asks the child to go to the museum and show that watch. He goes and then comes back again for the one last time and says, "Father, they offered me $1,000,000. The father then goes to respond by saying, "I wanted to let you know that the right place values you in the right way. Don't find yourself in the wrong place and get angry if you're not valued. Those that know your value are the ones who appreciate you. Don't stay in a place where nobody sees your value. Never doubt and always believe in yourself by knowing your worth, and that there are those who clearly appreciate these values." It was a beautiful story about knowing your self-worth, which I believe is a must, not just in business, but in life in general. But this story also pointed out 3 strategic business lessons to me. The first lesson is that the value proposition of a business or a business idea is not always derived by the tangible benefits of the products that a business sells. From the story, we can see that the value held by the watch differed from the watch shop to the museum, and how the child was unknown to it. Had he not been asked to further approach the museum, he would have never realized the worth of the watch. Similarly, the chances are an entrepreneur too may not value their idea or creation to its actual worth. Hence, it is imperative that an entrepreneur takes in all the tangible and intangible benefits of its idea or product to determine the right and correct value of its business. The second lesson is that it is not necessary the first assumed target market would be the highest bidder for a business's product or services. In the story, the watch shop would be the obvious group of potential client for the watch. However, the museum was found to be the ultimate client with interest in what the watch had to offer. So is the case with businesses too. The lesson here is, as it is usually with business ideas and how it is built up with a certain group of target audience in mind, entrepreneurs should conduct enough testing to identify its highest bidding target audience prior to launching in the market. And finally, taking from the lessons above, the third lesson is that the customers will pay a price that is a reflection of the value they see in the business's product or services. It may be tangible or intangible. You have reached the end of the 4th episode of Anthropod. I hope this podcast has been or will be useful to you in your next venture that you are working on. If you have made it this far, thank you for tuning in and staying with me. Did you find any other lessons from the story? I would love to hear about it from you. If you feel like sharing anything that you felt, feel free to leave me a voice message if you're listening to me on Anchor, or reach out to me in the comment section below, or by writing to me at anthropod@anthropose.com. I would like to remind you that you can also find us in all the major podcast streaming services. Having said that, this is Suraj Shrestha signing off, hoping to catch you again in the next episode. Take care.